Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Kuro no Kiseki. Last episode, we just did a lot of NPC finding. We made a lot of insane guesses from the red. This episode, we're doing a Dingo quest. We're trying to find a journal. And we're set to head to the Dark Light District. So let's go there. Question is, we have Mario with us, so who are we gonna talk to? And also, I'm not a huge fan of the Dark Light District town, but it is what it is. Well. It's not our first time bumping into one another, but I knew you were an old friend of Dingo's, so you were the one that helped investigate a lot of sex trafficking operations. Yes, well, never really made a big fuss out of it. Easier for us to get around that way. But yeah, I've known him for quite over a decade. We both used to live up north in Mesodam. Just like I thought. And how did you two meet? Well, back then I was just a low-class escort, and he was a straight-up startup info broker. He set up some of the info I got on the job, and in exchange for he did something to help me out. Basically, he scratched my back, I scratched his. Right, that makes sense. Dingo didn't do any journalistic work back then, did he? It was just mostly to go for different powers in the underworld, but he was still pretty young and naive. Though even back then, he was friends with a reporter from the local paper, and always showed interest in his work. It was about 8 years ago that I came to Edith and started establishing a foothold here. And when I did, he gave me some useful intel and context I could use as a party gift. It really helped me out. Really now? Guess that sounds like him, alright? Really helped out a lot of people. Sounds like it. After that, something happened to mess with him. He wound up coming here himself. I was relieved that he was able to finally be blessed with a fresh start and a new career. You really never know what way life will go, do you? Wonder if he's caught the goddess's eye or something. He just might have. You know what that something happened to mess with them was? I'm sorry, I was already in Edith by then, so anything I could tell you is just hearsay. With that said, he might have just had some info that could help you find his journal. Really? Should be a black letter notebook. Have you seen it before? If he was trying to figure out a safe place to keep it, so I offered to hold it onto him, but he wouldn't let me. He's probably looking out for my safety, considering he was up against Almada. I remember he was muttering something like, if it comes down to it, I'll just ask him while I'm heading out. That was 3 days before the incident, Krill. Then that was right before he left. He's asked someone he was leaving, was it? Now, do you know how Dingo got to Krill? Well, he owned a car, but he didn't use it much. Was always afraid it could be monitored. Normally, when heading out to the countryside, he'd go by train or bus or even airship on rare occasion. That said, he'd figure out where Almada would be acting and went out there all alone, from what we know. Wouldn't he have wanted to avoid public transit, avoid catching anyone's eye? Yeah, exactly. He was so paranoid, he wouldn't even use his own car. In that case, it's most likely he used a taxi. It cost him a lot of money, but there's one way you could have gone there, but that would have been fairly flexible. Catch fewer eyes and need public transit. It seems he probably took a taxi. Well, it's not uncommon for people to take taxis a bit out of the city and into the suburb. It would be impossible for a mod to monitor every single taxi going in and out of the city. That was his concern. That probably means he used a privately run taxi. Not one associated with a company, don't you think? Privately run taxi with no ties to any companies would be the most flexible option. Probably right. I don't know them myself, but I'm sure he knew a taxi driver or two personally. Texted me, he used to be with him a lot. You know who might have been? Now that you mention it, I remember seeing him taking a taxi when going out of Zerofield time. Usually black and yellow stripe, but they always struck me as a bit of a weirdo. That day he was really useful to know. Yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Thanks a bunch, Bistro. Be sure to pay back the favor sometime. Yeah, thank you very much. You just happy to look forward to your continued patronage. I'm gonna talk about both of you a lot, Mr. Fix and Mr. Report, so you'll be happy to find you two of that journal of his. Go out there and get it. We will. Yeah, we've come this far. I'm sure it's almost within our reach. Black taxi with a yellow stripe. Didn't know Dingo was friendly with him too. And he's normally in Central Cities, but I wonder if he's out eating lunch at this time of day. Should go check him around some of food stands in other districts. Next will be Selden District in the red. Okay. Right over there, it seems. I have to take the stairs down, do I? There it is, a black taxi with a yellow stripe. I think this is the one. Excellent. The driver's gotta be around here, so let's go find him. Giordano? Right over here. Oh really? The big boy and the cute girl? You really actually come to ask me about him and his notebook? Ah. So you're really the one. You're working with Dingo? Oh, that's right. I've been a hard taxi for people in the underworld around Calvert for a while now. I met Dingo a long time ago when I was hauling some shady guys and their supplies. I think it was more than 10 years ago. He would have been in his late teens. I see. So you know about his ties with a model back then? Of course I do, boy. It's exactly I knew all about that. I was willing to drive him so far out into the suburbs one day. I dropped him off and he took his local bus and went straight for Crail. Of course, I still regret it. If I knew that was gonna happen to, I never would have done it. It's not your fault. Yeah, it's all that bastard Gerard and his lackey's fault. Sure, but anyways, but that bad boy bit in the old capital, right? Sure, Dingo's all relieved up in heaven right now. Thought that guy's only became the boss about a while after booting his predecessor from the organization. I'm sure Dingo always regretted giving him the info to help him do that. I see. So that's how they knew each other. I don't mean to defend what he did, but to be fair, back then Gerard had a reputation of a pretty honest and humane guy. His predecessor was pretty and narrow-minded, but not very well-liked guy. He was rational for Dingo, but as young as he was, he has to back Gerard. So of course, when he got info that could lead him to that man's downfall, he handed it over to Gerard without a second thought. But as a result, Amada fell into the hands of a complete demon. Demon? Not far from the truth. I only heard that the second night, so that's all about the detail I know about that. So I'm guessing you're here because you think Dingo entrusts me with his journal. Yep, just that. Please, will you let us have it? Well, I'd love to, but I can't. You have some condition before you're willing to? What did the guy ask you, to hand it over to someone else? I don't know, he just wanted to end up with the Spriggan boy or newbie reporty girl. So he said I was worse, came to worse. He wanted to give me with this locker key. A key of some sort. Looks like a key to a station locker at a subway. Yep, he probably said it'd probably be at the subway. That'd be easier for the boy to get to, I think. No clue which one that is though. I see. This is one for Vaughn. Well, I guess we finally know where it is. Probably means the one near your office, right? Yep, yes, that's settled in. Let's get going. I really owe you one, Giordano. I'll hit you up next time if you like going for a taxi ride. Sounds good. Sounds good. Call me when you're drunk or high, or just feel like taking a ride. Okay, let's open this real quick. Back to Old Town we go. Oh boy, what awaits us right now? The key the taxi driver gave us probably goes to a locker at this station. Ready to check it out, Mario? Ugh. Yeah, I'm ready as I will be. Let's head down then. As up was Mario, all went down so we checked the locker, find that one matched the number on the key. He opened it just as expected, found a black letter notebook. Said that's somewhere to go quiet in order to check its contents. This is. Doesn't say much about Dingo himself, but he really was impressive, huh? Of course, I think he gathered so much info on Amada on his own. It's probably his way of making up for Gerard to become boss. According to this, Gerard killed his predecessor and his whole family. That's just horrible. So the burden Dingo has had to carry all this time. Even then, none of that was Dingo's fault. Yet he still blamed for himself and refused to ever return to proper society. Instead, He spent his time helping naive klutz like me to get our start. It looks like there is some info on the overseers we dealt in Arasion too. Yeah, let's take a look. First choice, Viola. 26, Middle East, born from someone in your family, Kadaf. City saved various across the coast, Kadaf. Annex. Vale's family fell in the ruins. He was soon sold off to a wealthy merchant. Attacked by a gang, who took Viola in custody, became boss of personal plaything. However, she managed to overthrow the boss after a time. Took over his organization, remained first of his cruel, vicious, and cruel leader. Moved to Republic, ended up head of Armada. Gerard completely destroyed her organization and swore allegiance to him and joined the Mafia. Very dependent on Gerard, feels strong sense of animosity towards her colleague Melchior, whom Gerard greatly favors. Needle gun, product of Zect Arms. I see. Second choice, Alexandre. 35, former Principality of Northumbria, Zerofield incident, blah blah blah, collapse of the country. When he was 5 years old, father trusted bodyguard to the royal family, took his son as a ruler. Prince Bauman then fled the country. He spent most of his boyhood in the state of Tatium. Combat style principality from his father. Dramatically changed when he was 25. Lord and Jaegers acted to support the independent state of Northumbria. When their leader died, Bauman ordered Alexander and his father to go reclaim their land. Besieged the former capital Halley, controlled for a time. They made surrounded, the Northern Jaegers made their counterattack. Bauman was insane. Ordered Alexander and his father slaughtered the citizens. I see. See by Almada Gerard. I see. Others show no mercy. Bandit Almada seems filthy. He's looking just for a place to die. Made by Zect Arms as well. Next up, Olympia. Olympia's 19? Oh, it's Crimson's bandage waifu. Anyways. Cult of Perical Puppeteers worship the angel ship Puppet as a god. Puppet had some sort of artifact. Regardless, angel was assigned to a caretaker referred to as Shrine Maiden. It's a pretty messed up custom. The girl's friends and family members will be offered to the angel as sacrifices. Jesus. The village was destroyed. Olympian angel water aimlessly for a time. Thugs try to molest a pair of traveling girls, being slaughtered from around that time. She was invited to the assassination known as the Garden Wardens by Melchior and the Emperor, the Warden of Gold. Yeah, she lost her emotion over time, blah blah blah. Lost her will and emotions, blah blah, given the odds that would be. And the last one, or fourth one, Ariosh. Possibly over 150. The Garden of Rust. Okay. Most absurd being claimed that he's over 150 years old. Resident of the large kingdom beyond the Hunlun and Ishika ranges that met its end over 130 years ago. Holy Ishika Empire. Protect the Emperor, blah blah blah. According to rumors in the east, Ragu clan, a group of whites had come to the western Zemuria. Thought it'd be a bunch of nonsense, but after learning about the truth of Erebonian Lance Maiden and the mortals there, I decided to think it might carry some weight. Yep. Weapons to be a massive battle axe, blah blah blah. Armors and artifacts of some kind. He was wiping out Aishin Shield's forces outside of Krail. I see. And the last one, Melchior. 21, Seer of Omada, Guard of Warden of Thorn. This is the worst of the bunch, I agree. Artifact of his own, that being his bombs. His bombs being created endlessly on top of his ability, being quite talented when it comes to orbital technology. Gerard's right-hand man. Possibly his lover? What? Melchior is gay for Gerard? I mean, it looked pretty obvious, but anyway. You share a common history with certain Angus of Ouroboros, sad to say. Believed they belong to an assassin group known as the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Something that Sharon mentioned before. Oathbreak destructive capability, like the Oathbreaker. That's something to look to another time. That man trained Melchior when he was a child. If I'm correct, he would take his talents to join up the remnants with worst quarters of mirror in history. Wouldn't be going to call him the Prince of the Underworld. Okay. He stayed around Krail on his own after slaughtering Aijin Shield's squadron and turning into ghouls. I see. The new 6th choice, Gerard. 34 years old. Member of the DG cult. Living direct descendant of Calbert's royal family. He killed a Purge Enrique. Demonic sword. He's the embodiment of fear, I agree. He calls himself that. He is fear, technically, if we're being correct. Where does that desire come from? He's formed a new theory, so puzzled by unexpected puzzled by it. The focus on his goal in Basel. Fortunate professor and in to be realized, Gerard's still soon reaching towards what he strived for. Ultimate fury may never be realized. He deceived him at Darbad with that disguise, I agree. Damn. Now that's a fucking info broker for sure. It was almost like he's 100 steps ahead. Or like, even more than that. There we go. Damn. Yeah, tactless, I say. I can't believe it. You think he'd figure out this much? He certainly could have gathered all of this if he hadn't formed so many previous relationships with so many valuable people. He was so sharp and was always thinking about the people he cared about. Yeah, he wasn't working with just make up the past, but to make sure everyone could have a brighter future. It's truly regrettable to have lost such a fine young man. I'm so glad that we got his notebook. I was able to reach you too. Maybe it's thanks to the goddess that we were able to find it. Afterwards, they raided Mario to calm down, and they got her back to a card to the Tyrol Times. Vaughn called Editor-in-Chief Cunning to let him know the good news before continuing his work for the day. Mario left a copy of the info into Vaughn's notebook, entrusting her will to the original. Damn, what a quest. Okay, one more. Is something wrong, Vaughn? I'm just thinking. Is it something those thugs have been evading the authorities, right? Yeah, right. Ramadi, Jack, and even Kilika are concerned about them. Dingo's sure to have some info about them too. We heard that there were some sightings in Tyrol District, right? And you mentioned we did, didn't we? It's kind of worrying. Should we go check out Tyrol District just to be safe? Well, we are already there today, so I guess it never hurts to look around one more time. I doubt we'll find anything anywhere with a lot of people, though. There probably are also not going to be near that restaurant with ties to Heiyu. Are you interested at the Tyrol District? When you complete all side quests, movies, connectments, head towards the Tyrol District. Okay. Let us finish a lot of stuff. Okay. We're gonna be doing Connect events. We got Yume, Renne, Nina, Fee, Jack Halle. So, I have decided to take out Jack and Halle. And yes, I am aware they give you an accessory, but I don't actually need the accessory now, sadly. It would have been a useful accessory, don't get me wrong, but I think for this situation, I think we should take out Jack and Halle. I know it hurts me more than it hurts you, but I'm willing to make a sacrifice, for sure. So anyways, let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start off with we're gonna do Jack and Halle. However, I'll have to reload the save, of course, because I've decided what my 4 will be. So, let's start off with Jack and Halle. It'll be finale connect event, Jack's minor business. Translator, Pilter. Anyways, let's get started. After spending a while patrolling the sea, Vaughn decided to take a short break. The group splits up, blah blah blah. Oh, look who it is. Did Jack have some kind of business with Yume? Hey Gramps, this is what we promised. Oh, I don't remember making any promises. What's wrong, having issues? Vaughn, you're here. Yeah, I was just a little curious. What happened here? I asked him to hold on to a 10 mirror coin he had to, so I could buy it from him. He ended up selling it to someone else. 10 mirror coin? Oh, the so-called error coin. Unfortunately, the letters are inverted, plus the copper has extremely hot, light silver shade to it. It's very rare, 1 in 10,000 chance. They're being introduced, it has no less than 30k mirror. However, this coin also has the history in regards to its previous owner, that the price would likely be 50k mirror. 50k? That's quite the price. You know the story of my teacher, the greatest Abel, right? Of course. Legendary gambler King, who happens to be Halle's father's, right? King? Yeah. This was back when I was an immature newbie, so I arrogantly went in during that duel. Ended up losing his life. Jack. Anyhow, that coin belonged to the king in the past. Since King passed away, I had no idea where it went. Oh, I got lucky and managed to get a hold of it. Jack said he'd buy it for 100k mirror, so I was considering it. However, just 10 minutes ago, the owner offered up 105,000 mirror. So it's obviously a no-brainer. No, Gramps, I would have topped that myself if you told me. Clearly, someone like you is always fishing for the highest price, and who was that customer? I think you should see for yourself. In truth, I got a message from them. Say if you want the coin back, come to their iridescent tower. Shh, you're an accomplice, ain't you, Gramps? Jeez, I have no idea who it could be. People show up to time wanting to challenge me to a real match, so this is just as much as a pain when that similar duel showed up in Langford. You're gonna head there immediately, and since I'm already here, I might as well tag along. Yeah, I appreciate it. Let's see here. Hold up. Why are you here? Halle bought the coin? Well, isn't it obvious? I'm the one who bought the coin. Heh. I thought that might be the case. Hey there, Vaughn. I was gonna ask the owner Mount to referee a serious match between Jack and I. Since you're already here, can I ask you instead? I don't mind, but that was a pretty roundabout way of challenging him. Yeah, but I hadn't done this if he wouldn't get serious. I'd like to have a poker match with you, betting my papa's coin. You good with that, right, Jack? Alright, I'll take you up on that. Just to check, though. Do I have any chance at winning? Doesn't that go without saying? Yeah, that was a stupid question. Alright then, I'll let you hold on to this coin, Vaughn. I'd be flip it to see who goes first during the duel. Heads I go first, tails for Jack. Phew, that's a big responsibility for me. Well, I'll leave this one to you, kid. Try to be fair, you hear? And so, with Vaughn as the referee, Jack and Halle started their serious duel. These two exchanged 100,000 mirror for 10 chips and started back and forth battle. Things are heating up and each side bet all their remaining chips. You reached a new level, Halle. I honestly didn't think you would play this well. Maybe you should play only a stage if you win. This is even my final stage. What? Final stage? Fair point. Your guys' ability to fake moves and read each other is unbelievable. I think next round should be the end of it. Yeah. I trust you to watch over our last one too. Doesn't matter how much you play first or last, you're finished. Alright, here we go. Should take the coin with my right or left hand. Tails, Jack goes first. So first, eh? Well, whatever. 2 chips, card exchange. You're perhaps trying to use that trick? Isn't it only good if you go second? Halley has 4 kings. How is this possible that you have a bomb? How about you, Jack? I see, so you ended with the king's trick as well, huh? 4 jacks. Was this your plan all along, Halley? Yeah, it's a good move to use that king use on good opponents to control their cards. That was outstanding, Halley. I wonder what you mean. Eh? Wait, we haven't revealed all the cards yet. What is that remaining card? Ah, do we know all the wild cards? Joker? What? What? 5 of kind actually exists? In that case, my hand has 5 jacks. Sorry, Halley. It's my victory. Huh? Huh? I see. I don't really follow. Looks like you used Halley's trick against her somehow. Heh, more or less. Unbelievable, how did you... Heh, in that case, it's your win, Jack. I lost fair and square. This promise the winner takes a coin. So it's all yours, Jack. Here you go, Jack. Heh, I'll take it. Now from a present for me. The mistraded coin that King used. Should hold on to it, Halley. Wait, what are you saying, Jack? You won the match, so obviously you should. No, wait. The point is, I want to have... only you have the coin. I see, Halley wanted them to have the coin in the first place. Sorry, Halley. I know you'll have that right to demand that. The coin's mine, so I get to decide what happens with it. If you're really that insistent on me having it, then... I have to get my revenge next time, right? That's right. Right, fine, I get it. I'll just keep getting better. And then I'll beat you at your best. Until then, don't you dare lose to anyone else. Roger that, Missy. I and Jack are both unbelievable gamblers. I gotta watch a seriously great match today. After that, Vaughn and Jack and Halley had a fun drinking tea at the Reticent Tower. Modeled up the team again as they resumed their activities.
またそのうち飲もうぜ。しびれるような勝負でもしながらな。
いいボトルを開けるとしましょうか。ただし、ジャックはほどほどにね。
Okay. For those wondering about the accessory is actually a pretty good accessory. I'm gonna show it to you guys. So the accessory right here is 40 accuracy, 40 crit rate. It's actually not bad, because it's 40, and it's 40 crit rate. Like, who wouldn't pass up on 40 crit rate? But anyways. We're gonna reload the save. We're gonna go back in time. Whoop, 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 whoop. Huh? It's almost like we went back in time, but we didn't do Jack and Halley's event. I'm just kidding. Anyways, we decided what we four wanted to do, so we're gonna start off in the order. In these 4 order. Starting with Yume. Finale Connect event. Grandpa's got back pain. Character, Yume. Translator is Corey. Oh boy, that line. Gah! Damn, your back's doing worse than I thought. Guess things had happened with age. Don't push yourself too hard, alright? Break your back and you won't be giving Yume any more hug. I'm not that weak yet. And you okay, Grandpa? Come on, Victor. It can't hurt to take a day off, can it? Don't be ridiculous. You think you gotta just take time off because of a little something like this? We got a bunch of reservations of our regulars coming in, not to mention I'll be spending a lot of today more or prepared. I'm in hot water if I don't get a special menu decided by Revolution Day. You sure you can't take some time off, Gramp? Mama and Yume will do our best,
No, thanks, Yume. Just hearing you say that gives me another shake of hand. Ah, goddess, it hurts.
Come on, man. You leave me no choice. I'm demanding the galley for a bit. I got work to do, so I can't be here all day, but I think my cooking skills are up to the task. Of course, even a full day of work wouldn't pay back everything I owe you guys.
I don't recall either of us having a debt to settle. But fine, I guess it better be having a helping hand than not today. Only until lunch rush is over, though. I'll be keeping an eye up on you. Don't think I'll go easy on you just because you're helping me out for free. Wouldn't expect anything less from you. I'll be ready for anything.
Please take good care of Grandpa Vaughn. I'll help out the customers. So Vaughn began his first day manning Mart's kitchen.
Not like that. The cabbage needs to be thinner.
Like this?
No, thinner.
Like this?
That's way too thin.
Come on, mix it more gently. You said that it needs to be mixed enough that it won't burn, right?
Enough that it won't burn, but gently. To that, go to the storage room and grab a sack of flour and can of milk.
Keep it up, Vaughn.
No matter how you slice, mine's the clear winner.
Well, that's not holding amateur's pro to standards. I still don't think I did that bad, do you? Mine at least looks pretty compared to yours.
Huh? What you say? Don't go running off your mouth, you little punk.
Maybe you should taste test do the talking. Heard you doing or having back troubles. We sure you seem up and at him, Victor. You two seem like rather fathered son right now. Fathered son, Never had a dad, but I guess this is what it's like, isn't it?
About a punk like you for a son, and you get disowned before you knew it.
He's not being honest with himself, is he? Afterwards, Vaughn and Victor kept themselves busy surviving the midday rush of customers. Man, you really don't give your employees a break, do you, old man? I'm so tired I could pick up anything heavier than my Zypher for the rest of the day. It's too early for you to be saying things like that, Vaughn. I really don't thank you so much for your help. Here, this is on the house. Sweet, some food to cover my pay for the day. I'll dig right in. Dad seemed even more fired up about his cooking this for you than he does normally.
Don't go making stuff up for now, Paulette.
This hits the spot. I can feel all the energy rushing back to me.
Guess it's not too bad to have a son around, no matter how incompetent he is. Family comes all shapes and sizes. If it's a single parent, or they're blood related, that's not so important. There's 100 ways for people to be related.
It's an honor, especially when you already got another candidate to become your son.
He is not, and he will never be. I will never allow it.
What's with the fuss? I never said who I was referring to. Who was he referring to, indeed? Hey, I guess I'm your family too, Vaughn. We'll be together forever and ever. Yay! Well, Squirt, you probably shouldn't promise yourself to me that easily. It's like Nanako from P4. Still, thanks a bunch, Yume.
You'll regret the day you ever make my cute little Yume cry.
Yeah, I think that's what I say. I'm worried about you, so be careful out there.
Come on, Paula. I told you not to go make stuff up like that.
Don't worry, I getcha. Vaughn had a nice rest following the lunch rush, met back with his helpers, and returned to work. Ooh, there we go. Now then, that's settled. Let's do our next Connect event, which is Renne, Mysterious Quest. Character Renne. Translators Corey again. Okay. Alright, so you tell me you received summons from an anonymous sender requesting myself into Spriggan? Can't get much more suspicious than that. I doubt it's a prank. It's Ronald again, isn't it? Please say I can handle this on my own, but no need for you to worry. No, I'll help out as well. Only made a handful of acquaintances in common after all. Perhaps this could be from... Well, in order to teach us of the request, we need to collect a package that's been delivered to the capital via secret route. Only that is follow the complicated path into the capital, but it's under the lock of a surprisingly tougher cipher, too. It might be pretty hard for me to solve on my own, I admit. I suppose this is perfect for me. Technically, to me, this request involves both our specialties. Please do let me accompany you. Afterwards, the two will solve the cipher, including the 4 SPG, and gather info in the orbital net they got in their context, in the underworld to follow the clues. After all, they found a briefcase they believed to be their target. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Of course, it'd be the Dark Light District. I suppose this is it. That's sure what's up. Whoever hid this is real smart, at least. I can't say that much for sure. Indeed, I feel like we already just barely managed to grab a hold of the line of inquiry that led us here. Sure, most anyone would be, but the two of us will have lost track in that case halfway. And I guess that's probably what the sender wanted. Anyways, let's open it up. Open the briefcase and examine the content. What's this supposed to be? Just normal writing supplies? And some painting supplies too. None of it seems particularly out of the ordinary. If anything, I say it's strange just how the normal contents are. On top of that, it's a letter addressed to the two of us. The sender's name isn't listed, but yes, there can be any mistake. It's from the old man. Dear Renne, I'm sorry it's coming 6 months later. I want to start congratulating you on getting to Aramis. Feels like just yesterday you got accepted to the Genus Royal Academy. How time flies. Oh, I see. You're right. Really, these since you were a little girl, you choosing once again to spend your time at a relatively normal educational institute. First, for me, I've thought such an endeavor was a waste of time, but I'm sure that you notice it's about education. There are some things you can only get from a place like that. How did you finally found a place to belong to a family? Many dear friends, but I believe spending some time away from them would be a good experience for you. Man, once had you in my care for a brief while. I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavors. P.S. Thank you for helping those kids a year and a half ago. For dealing with the pests that I had infested in my workshop. I wasn't really sure what to get you as a celebration gift, so I just picked something inoffensive. If you had no need for it, I'll take no offense to you throwing it away. So he's congratulating me on getting to Aramis? Seriously, that man. Could I ever throw away something from him? Sir, the old man isn't. The only thing the old man isn't clumsy is making dolls. Ah, dolls. I see. Well then, looks like this red letter's addressed to me. Dear TheOffOne, right. We had our fair share of dealings in the past, so I'm not sure what I'm writing to you about today. But one piece of advice to impart upon you is never turn your eyes away from your own soul. Oh, and I'm sure you're concerned about Renne as well. Please take good care of her while she's with you. Geez, that old man can be a bit more overprotected than you think. Well, he hasn't had the chance to meet you since you've grown up, has he? You can't say I blame him. I might turn my eyes away from the soul, huh? Any clue what that's supposed to mean? No idea, I can't piece it together. But I guess he's not looking at things quite the same way as we are. Georg. Meister George Rosenberg, that woman's a real piece of work. They say that man makes dolls so well they have their own souls. Maybe thanks to that he has a talent for seeing their people's souls or something of the sort. Certainly there's no harm in taking his advice to heart, is there? There's certainly not. Really gotta wonder what that old man's up to now, though. I don't know either. Maybe he's returned to his workshop for craftswork by now. Perhaps he's working in another hidden workshop that his goddess knows where. Well, I guess old people just really love their secretive friggin' lifestyles, don't they? My master was saying for a while. Well, I'm just happy he decided to reach out for us for now. Thank you once again, Mr. Spriggo. Make sure to return the favor in good time. Heh, no need to I don't need any favors from kids, thanks? Well, so you tend to treat me like a child, do you? I think I've grown into quite the fine lady over the past few months, I'll have you know. Remember how I helped you all those years ago, don't you? Well, whatever you need, I can always help you lend your hand the same way. Jeez, all these kids are really growing up so fast, aren't they? Alright, then when that day comes, I'll be counting on you. Urged Renne went her own way, taking the briefcase back to her dorm with her. Vaughn joined back up with his employer and resumed the day's activities.
また今度お茶会に招待するわ。おもてなし期待しててね。
Okay. 2 down, 2 more to, or 3 down, 2 more to go.
Anyways, next up is gonna be Nina. Finale connected. Request from director Ram. Translator is Hansuke. Pog Hansuke.
This is who I really am. I'm the one you don't know. I'm the one you don't want you to know. Therefore, no, that feels wrong. There's gotta be a better way. Yo, why don't you take a little break? Oh, Mr. Archive, what brings you here? Just got off to a little consultation with Director Ram. Then after I offered my part in my next film, she got so into the role that it was almost frightening. If possible, I'd like you checking in on her. Originally, I asked Judith to do this for me, but, well, since I'm not involved in the next film's production, if the 1 in a million chance that happened that someone found out I was sick talking to Nina about it, it could become a serious scandal. Fortunately, we know a handyman with tight lips. What do you say? Can you do it? You're just using Vaughn as the go-to. I'm sorry for making both Director Ram and Judith worry. Basically what happened is that we finished filming a major scene in our upcoming film the other day. The director gave it a thumbs up, but there's something about my performance that just didn't sit right with me. So I asked the director to let me work on it more at home. So that's why you're practicing here alone. Looks like a long speaking scene, but you seem to have a hard time with it, huh? Yes, so in the actual film I'd be speaking with somebody else. Doing it alone doesn't feel right. If you really don't mind, Mr. Araki played a partner role? Oh, that's not really what I meant, but either way, I doubt you're gonna settle down until you're pleased with your performance. Are you sure I'm fine to help? I'm a complete amateur at acting, you know? I don't mind. Just having someone to talk to makes such a huge difference. Alright, well, I probably got the stamina to keep up at least. Sure, I'll help out. I expect to be better than a training dummy do, okay? Thank you very much. So, Vaughn acted as Nina's partner, practicing the same scene over and over and over again. In the end, Nina still couldn't give a performance she was satisfied with. Let's take a break. Doing the same thing over and over again with no rest is bad for your health. I'm really sorry. You spent so much time trying to help me. I knew it. I'll never be as good as Judith. Huh? What's Judith got to do with this? You're a completely different type of actor. I know people say when I act, I'm possessed, but frankly, I think people are just being nice. I don't think acting is really lacks a solid core. Core? Yeah. Judith's performance always has a strong core to them. No matter what role she's in, you can always feel her style shine through. Of course, that doesn't mean that she's not being true to her role. She's able to add a bit of her own flair to the role without getting a bit in the way of the role's original style. I think that's her strongest appeal, really. I guess I see what you're saying, but I just can't do it. Since I don't have a self, I don't have a core. All I can do is act out my role. But because of that, depending on how you look at her performance, it can become so transparent it almost feels empty. I remember a film magazine writing that about your after your debut. You read that article. That's just about how some people are gonna evaluate your performance. Nothing you can do about it. I think if you read what they're saying another way, it really highlights just how amazing your talent is. Maybe, but I still don't have a real self like Judith. Well, your problem is the fact that you can't find your core. Well then, if you're gonna find your real self from here on out, if you really want to do that, you have to put everything you got so far to use. What I got so far? Everything, not just how you move your body or the words in the script. You act out everything over and over and over and over until you become the role itself. That's your style. The life that the character lived until then, all their experience, you imagine it, all try to feel for yourself, don't you? But when filming's done, you go back to being Nina. Does that all just disappear? That's not at all. I remember everything. The warmth that Michelle has felt as he died in Ron's arms in the Requiem for the Wolves. The confidence that Sheena Dirk felt standing alongside her companions Gloria. Exactly, those things are like incredibly high-resolution picture reflecting back on you. And those make up your real self, one that neither Judith nor anyone could ever create. So keep doing the same thing if you want, but just don't listen to the voices of those roles you played. Listen to your own too. And while that may be just be irresponsible to say, just ignore the script in your lines. Is that something you can only pull off as Nina Fenley? You just ignore the script? I never really thought of that before. See, that sounds really interesting. I got it, Mrs. Arkwright. Will you please help me try one more time? This time, go all the way to start the scene. Shit, wait, already? And so Nina resumed her practice with Vaughn as her painter, and she repeated the same scene lines over and over. This time her performance became more and more refined as a pleasant scene, hints of fatigue began to wash over, and finally...
これが本当の私。あなたが知らない私。あなたにだけは知られたくない私。
Oops.
だけど、私はもう逃げない。私が私であり続けるために。
Ah. And cut. Director Ram, how long you been there? You have a camera rolling or something? Yeah, this is truly the style of acting only you can manage, Nina. That was splendid, 100 times better than the performance I approved before. You did go slightly off script at the end there, but I feel the power behind your words. I can tell they came both from the role and from your own core. Oh, thank you, director. Now let's keep the momentum going and start shooting. Let's take care of it, everyone. Right. Gonna be alright? Think so. Think I finally met a version of myself different from the one I met until now. Thank you so much for your help, Mr. Arkwright. Vaughn parted ways and the film crew resumed its activities.
いい刺激になりました。次回作の演技、どうか楽しみにしていてください。
Fuck! I can't complete it, can I? It's because of the film. No, it's because of the film, isn't it? Because I didn't watch the film, right? Fuck me. Yeah. Yeah, I can't complete it because of the film. Watching the film really... Oh my god. Finale connected. Repairing Aida's weapon. Character fee. Okay. Translator Hosky again. So you have to watch the film if you want the full points. Well, that's pretty harsh, isn't it? Spending some time before touring the Savannah, the group decided to take a short break. Everybody split up and went on to spend their time freely. Yo, sorry to keep you waiting. Nope, I just got here too. Thank you for lending me a hand. Well, one of my helpers involved in this anyways. It's about the Firebird's weapon, right? It's the custom rifle used by Aida. But it's taking a lot of damage, so it's completely unusable right now. We decided to try to fix it, but Faye already told you about it, right? I actually came along with her when she tried it before, but it turned out the job was actually going to be pretty tough. So you two have been working together fixing it, huh? Yep, you managed to gather a complete list of the parts. We'll need to prepare it. Her rep has been on the back of my mind for a while too. I want to get it done before I get too busy with the festival. Fary's off collecting the fools all we need, plus any parts would be available up top. And so you want to head to the Dark Light to grab any parts you can get. Therefore, you want me to guide you around town there. Yep. I hear that Zin asked you to do the same thing for him a while ago. Can you escort me there? Well, I guess not every day I get a request from you guys. Sure, always down to put the guilds even further in my depth. Plus, it gave me a short break from having to deal with my part-timers. Yeah, I knew I could count on you. Let's get going then. Whoo! Vaughn and Fee arrived at the Dark Light District. They went to looking for any parts they need to repair the rifle. Oh, you're repairing a custom rifle. Sounds like a paid-seeking task. If I want to get our hands on a bunch of special parts, you show me whatever rifle suppressors or forgets you got. Of course. I hope you can find what you need. Got a lot of good stuff here, but I can't seem to find the right one. Oh, how about this one? Looks pretty tough to handle, but I'm sure Jaeger can manage with it. Now that you mentioned it, I wonder if these are a newer model of the same parts Aida used. They should make a good replacement for the original. Firebird's rifle, I actually heard a few rumors about it. Back when I was a Jaeger, I used the same generation of model. Maybe to use it dismantled it for parts. Bring it out for you if you like. Whoa there, sounds like a pretty generous offer. Sure, that's okay. it's really important to you. Sure is, but this request from a kid's calling her daughter Sarah raised. I don't mind at all. Although you don't mind me asking if you could sit down and have a chat sometime when you're free. Only found someone who's met her since she's left in Oregon. I'd like to know where she is. Yeah, of course, I'll tell you all I can. And so, using all the back channels they could, they got their hands on all the parts needed to repair the rifle. Then they went up top and met with Fairy, who had just completed collecting her share of the parts. Oh boy. Anyway, Western Department Store, where Sylvie, who had been considered for a while, helped with the actual repairs. Vaughn mostly watched it while being repaired, helping with simple tasks like polishing, and finally... Ooh, new looking gun. We did it. Whoa, this is pretty nice. It looks good as new. Look like she was using the same style custom muzzle as she did it when she was a Zephyr. And like one like this, you can really maximize their firepower while still keeping your aim steady. That's what she always told us to focus on when picking out custom parts for herself. I didn't know that. I guess I got to learn more today too. The other parts make this gun bounce pretty unique. You have to be pretty proficient to actually get used to using this. I really get the feeling that Aida loved using this rifle. Same here. Glad we managed to fix it up for her. I guess Fire really has some capable little sisters looking after her. So what are you gonna do with it now? Good question. Very. Just curious, do you want to use it? No, a master rifle like this doesn't really fit my combat style. She always told me it was important to remember your own style, so I should really take her advice. Same here. Well then, maybe we could send the rifle to one of Zephyr's current members? Their current members. I did hear they reorganized a bit after the war. Yep, thanks to their former commander Zeno and Leo. I don't mind for myself, but is that alright with you? Yes, I already thought about it a lot, and their final moments is the last thing Maeda recalled were Zephyr's members he included. I think the corpse that was the most important place to her here. Her true family. So that I'd be able to see them take her rifle back home. I see, got it then. That's what you want? We should get it delivered as quickly as possible. Actually, how are you gonna even get it delivered? Both the item itself and the people you want to send it or fall a bit outside of the normal delivery company's scope of operation? Yep, I got a contract for times like this. Fees it to Josette and the others, I'm sure to get into the... Of course! Capua company. God dang it. The Capua ship. Heh, gotcha. I guess she's living the burr now, yeah? You really got a broad network, don't you? Same to you. That courier fee contact agreed to make arrangements immediately. In addition, decided to contact Zephyr, who's really on Zemir's frontier. If you sure ride soonish. I appreciate if you didn't live that base until then. You got it. You still got time before it's lived. A deep Jaeger soul. We make sure to collect the safely. It's fucking Xeno and Leo. See, they saved my ass so many times when we both commanders and Zephyrs. I like to do what I can to help pay her sex once more. Heard that what happened to her to some parts and friends in Ice and Shield, but I'm glad she's finally coming back. We've seen the boss are having a toast, exchanging old stories in the after around now. I'm sure they're talking about their two little sisters who just couldn't leave her alone. Yeah, sure hope so. And I'll see you later, you two. I look forward to it. Send her older sister our regards. You're both involved in some pretty shady business. Stay safe out there. Sounds like it went well. Even though you're a bracer now, and they're Jaegers, you still keep in touch? Yep, those we check on each other every now and then. If you got the time you want to hang out a bit longer, I'd like to talk with you about something more. About Zephyr and Aida. Really? I'd love to. I'd love to tell you more about my village and Kurga too. Great, sounds like fun. Afterwards, Vaughn saw Fairy as she went with Fee to have some snacks and chat. Fairy returned, once again returned to their work.
いつかリンたちにも合わせてみたいかな。
50? It's 50 more. How am I gonna get 50 more? Do I need a gift or something? But yeah, anyways, last but not least, we're gonna do a film in the Tyro District movie theater.
さあ、出発すんぞ。
Okay, we're gonna be watching a movie called Me in the Rain. I believe it's the last film they have. I don't think we've watched all the films though, sadly. Because I feel like I missed one, but it is what it is. Translator is Corey.
チケットをお持ちのお客様は入場口までお越しください。
Aaron Burgard. Okay.
ただいま売店にて上映作品のグッズを販売中。
I wonder if I can really finish Aaron. Because I missed one connect event from him. Because I had to choose Fee. Will, a young man with the highest prospects at a local trading firm, and Mia, a young woman from working at a local bank, the two happened to meet around town and hits it off well, and eventually began dating. Gradually, the two became closer and closer. That is until a certain moment shakes up everything. We're starting off strong, are
別れて
we?
ほしいか。
もともとただの遊びでしょ。互いの寂しさを紛らわせるための。私は留学、あなたは本社に栄転。まるで女神の計らいみたいじゃない。
分かったよ。もう何を言っても無駄みたいだ。絶対に夢を叶えてよ、ミヤ。
誰に向かって言ってるの？
君なら大丈夫だよな。それじゃ元気で。
うん。ウィルの方も今までありがとね。なんで雨なんか降るのよ。きついてよ。バカ。
Pucka. Oh. Then Agnes, Fairy. Alright, anyway. Think we're good? Yeah, I can't relate to that. The dude should have just, I don't know, followed his gut and hugged this girl and not let her go or something. I guess that's what you do, yeah? But Will couldn't. I think he needed a reason not to let go. So, what? So you think he's some virtue to think about this stuff logically and step aside and let your girl go? That coming from experience? It's not! Alright, next is Burgard. Oh boy. A young couple breaking up their follow their dreams. It left a real emotional aftertaste, I could say. It's certainly not the sort of film I go watch on my own, but it's rather interesting to check it out. I'm glad you actually enjoyed it. Think about it, I don't think you've ever told me about any of the stories of your old affairs, have you, Master? No. I prefer not to discuss my love life with my disciples. If we get the chance, maybe I could share some old stories with you sometime down the road. Buy the pamphlet. Something tells me we'll get more connect events, are we? But yeah, anyways, that'll be it for today's episode of Kuro no Kiseki. So next time on Kuro no Kiseki, gotta proceed to the main story and hopefully, finally, get more progress after doing a bunch of side connect stuff. See you guys all next time.